Okay, so today we're talking about Christmas dinner. Okay, yes and no, we're really talking about how agriculture has been affected by the rain, how it's affecting what you buy, what ends up on your plate, what can be done to improve the situation. And yes, I'm going to ask what Christmas dinner could look like and cost with what's going on. We're going to be talking to opposition spokesperson on agriculture, Dr. Dayton Campbell. We'll also talk to the Agriculture Minister, Floyd Green. First, though, we went to Brandon Hill in St. Andrew to talk to a farmer who hasn't even been able to get to his farm because of the rains. Take a look. So we've just been slipping and sliding down the very steep slope leading to the river that borders Will Fraser's farm. It's a farm he's been unable to visit now for nearly 3 weeks because the heavy rains in recent weeks have led to rising water in the river. I spoke to him beside the river, just a few meters away from his farm, just across the way.
The farm is on a plot called Belair Land Settlement.
So tell me how you get here, how we just got here.
Slipping and sliding down the hill.
So
yes.
Normally you would come over to your farm about how often?
5-6 days per week.
Why you like farming?
Wow, it is something I grew up in, but didn't know that I loved it that much until I left here at age 15, returned at age 41. So then I started farming.
You started farming at 41?
Yes, but even while living in Kingston, I still do a little gardening at home because I used to grow my callaloo and yam and other stuff.
So what made you decide to go all in at 41?
Wow, well, the land is here, wasn't being used, and it is already paid for, taxes being paid on it, so I said just makes sense that I utilize it.
So what do you farm?
Coffee, fruit crops such as lychee, oranges, hake, avocado, apple, and a lot of other stuff, nestberry as well.
And you've been making your living from farming now how long?
For the last 30 years I've been making a living from it. But I used to sell ice cream in the right up until 2018 I stopped selling ice cream.
How do extreme weather events, when we have the kind of heavy rains and flooding that we've been seeing over the past few months, how do those affect your farm?
Very badly, because although we can't see it from here, but I have a lot of land slippage on the southern side of the farm, and there are a lot of trees broken down. The river even walks through the land and takes out a portion of yam that I planted there.
Well, let me take you back to Beryl, Hurricane Beryl.
Yes.
Which was about how long ago now? About 4 months or so?
4 months.
How did Beryl affect the farm?
That's what I'm telling you about. That was from Beryl.
You said the river came through and took some of your yam. What else?
Plantings, bananas, avocado, all of those were blown down. Some of them, the river take them away. Like the yams, the river would have moved with that. I lost some ginger also in that process.
So you lost a lot because of Beryl?
I lost a whole lot.
Any estimate in terms of how much you lost?
I know I would have lost over 40 roots of banana and plantings. I lost about 20 hills of yam. Apple tree breakdown. Well, there was no fruit on it. I have lost avocado, a good portion of avocado, because I have about 3 plants that was broken or blown down.
So what is it like for you as a farmer? Because it took us about half hour to come down the hill. I'm sure when it's dry, it doesn't take you so long and you're used to it. But you have to come down this hillside to get to your farm every day. You put in so much work. And then when you have a storm or heavy rain, to lose so much, how does that affect you?
It's draining on the pocket, because then I have to find material to replant. For instance, like the plantings and bananas, I have to be replanting in order to keep the crop going. Well, can't tell what is happening presently, so I'm yet to do an estimate for this one.
But apart from the financial problems it creates, how does it feel seeing so much of your work just wash up?
I take that in stride. I know we're going to gain sometimes and we're going to lose some things. So I can't look at what is gone. I can only look at what I can do to better myself for the future.
It's just part of the life.
It is part.
Part of the farming life.
Yes, it is.
So right now it's been raining up here now for how long?
From June, but especially since the latter part of October up to presently, it's been raining. As you see the river here, I'm unable to cross this.
And how long then have you been since you've been to your farm?
18 days.
And what does that mean for a farmer? If you can't visit your farm for 18 days,
I'm going to lose some things. I'm going to lose some things. But after the loss, you pick up and start again. Okay. And that's the life of a farmer. We are always picking up and restarting. We are resilient in that department. It's only a pity that we are not given the recognition that we are entitled to.
With the 3 weeks of rain, what do you think you may have lost? When you finally get to go over, what you think it's going to look like? Bananas,
plantains, possibly some fruit crops. I know I have oranges on tree. I don't know what I'm going to see now because orange, as soon as water starts catching it, they burst open and fall. So I know I'm going to lose a lot of that. There was a few pears left, avocados left on the trees. Those I know they're gone.
So some of the stuff that you would have been able to reap and sell, gone?
Mm-hmm. Most of them.
I hear you talk about picking up and going again.
Yes.
After a rain like this, what do you have to do on the farm to come back?
Cleaning. And if there are any trees broken down, cut them up, get them out of the immediate farm. And well, grass will be growing because with the rain, it's like medicine to the grass, so they grow naturally. We have to go in, clean those, and get out whatever plants are broken down in there and restart.
So you work on the farm, you don't have no help?
There is shortage of help in the island, that is one. And nobody in the community working for anybody. And if you go outside looking help, it's hard to find.
So you won?
I am alone. In fact, for the past 12 to 14 months, it's me alone. No one has ever visited my farm since then, unless somebody is helping me to carry something out.
So how you manage?
I do what I can do. I do what I can do, because you can't do more than you can.
I hear you. I know people always say our farmers are very independent, and I hear that when I hear you talk. But is there any kind of help or assistance you would want?
They're not going to build me a bridge for this. I am alone here, so nobody's going to build me a bridge, and that's the help I would want. More than anything else, that is what is most important to me right now, getting to and from my farm. I know I won't be able to continue this for a long time because at my age, plenty of people have retired long ago.
You mind my asking how old are you?
Oh, 73, and my next birthday, which is the 18th of this month, I'll be 74.
You do not look 74.
Pardon me?
You do not look 74, Mr.
Thank
Fraser.
you. Thank you.
So is crop insurance something you've ever looked at?
I have been looking at it. In fact, I've been asking, we have a farmers group in the community, and I've been asking the farmers group to consider crop insurance because I have the contact for a gentleman from, I think it is Grace something, I don't quite remember, but I have his contact, and I'm asking them if they are interested, if I could invite the person in to talk about the ins and outs of crop insurance and what benefits there are for us.
I heard you say a little earlier you're sorry farmers don't get the respect they deserve.
No,
if you had the Minister of Agriculture right here before you, what you would say to him now?
I would ask him to pay more attention to farmers and what we do for the country. And if they pay more attention to farming, this can help the country get out of the hole that it's in right now.
What kind of attention though, when you say you want more attention?
Well, we have rather who we have their field officers who help us gather information, teach us more productive way to do business. At the same time, I think they need to stop, for instance, my coffee. I have been slaving in coffee from 92 and I am not getting the proper returns. If the government should look, stop granting license for people to import coffee into the island, we would have a better living here.
And thanks so much once again to Mr. Fraser for spending so much time with us and talking to us so frankly. And for full disclosure, all right, I think I dropped 10 times. Amoy, my producer this week, how much time you drop Amoy? 2, 3? She says 3. 1. Okay, she says 1. And Kemon, my production assistant, dropped not at all. So I'm wearing pretty clothes go and then come back with him pretty clothes with no mud on it. So let's go to the break. When we come back, we talk to the opposition spokesperson on agriculture, Dr. Dayton Campbell, and ask him when last him go up on a farm and drop.